I was having lunch with my favorite restaurateur, Kurt Johnson. I'm going to be interviewing Dr. Ralph Walton about this thing called aspartame. But most importantly, he was on 60 Minutes, and I've seen the tape, and I'm going to use it tonight. He said, I'll come. Be my guest.
I'm a general psychiatrist, and I was in academic medicine for most of my career. So I was chairman of a department of psychiatry in a medical school in Ohio. I continued to be a practitioner. I felt that a good teacher has to, first of all, be a good physician and a good provider of services. And while taking care of one patient, that patient had grand mal seizures and a real change in her personality. And I had to be a detective and figure out why. It turned out that I believed that aspartame, the artificial sweetener, was the culprit in her seizure and in her dramatic personality change. And I did some research on that, did a double-blind study. So I'd given a number of conferences and lectures about my belief that aspartame was a toxic substance, this artificial sweetener. It was widely seen. Some folks at 60 Minutes saw that too and called me, and hence the appearance on 60 Minutes.
From that, though, I mean, you're an outlier at this point. I mean, you're up against Pepsi.
Yes. I've had a struggle, probably a 40-year struggle against the artificial sweetener industry. On the 60 Minutes program, I tried to demonstrate to Mike Wallace that, because he asked me, he said, Dr. Walton, you say that aspartame and other artificial sweeteners are toxic, but there is all this research that demonstrates safety. How do you explain that? And I said, well, you have to look at who funds that research. And I made up a chart showing that 100% of the studies that said that aspartame was safe were funded by the industry. And virtually every study that was independently funded showed one or more problems. And so I did a double-blind study.
Yeah.
And that too demonstrated that there was a significant problem. As a matter of fact, the Institutional Review Board put a stop to the study. They put a stop to my study because some of the reactions were so severe that they felt this was dangerous.